I've just got one more thing to share today, and that is how to receive visions when you're meditating. This is just my experience, and this is what I've done, and it might be different for everybody, but I found that this has actually started to work every time, so I thought I would share it with you. So what I do is generally I write down on a piece of paper what the questions I've got or the things I want to see. Even if it's nothing really specific, I just want to see something amazing, I'll just write something like I call upon the spirit, the divine, or God, or source energy, or the powers of the universe, or my higher self, my inner guidance, whatever entities of love and light, my spirit guides, angels, whoever you want to call upon. I write that down. Sorry, I think someone is here. So I write that down, and then I ask them, show me something amazing in my meditation, or I'll write down the question. Sometimes I write down, who should I serve today? What should I say today? What should I do today? What would bring me joy today? And a few other questions like that. I generally always write those down, and then I write down a specific thing I want answered in my life, if I want a vision for that thing. And I'll give you an example. Today I had the intention to connect with my willow tree cutting. If you haven't already seen my video about my willow tree experience, then check it out, because it was amazing, and this tree and I have this amazing connection. I can't begin to tell you how much I love this tree. And I saved this tree. Ooh, there's a little squirrel. That's what was there. It was a squirrel. I saved this tree, and this tree spoke to me, and I took cuttings, and I'm now growing a tree from the cuttings. And today I wanted to connect with the willow tree because I haven't meditated with it for a while. I wanted to just check in and see if it's doing all right, and I asked for the tree and for Source to just show me about the tree, basically. Not tell me, show me. And I got a pot with the cutting in, so I sat that in front of me initially and just sat with it. I felt my heart's electromagnetic field. I felt the chakra sort of moving in and out, and even when I thought, oh, is it because I'm breathing? But even when I didn't, it was out of time with my breath. It was like the energy, but it was much stronger with my breath. But if I held my breath, I could still feel this movement, and my heart was connecting to the electromagnetic field of the tree cutting. Like, I did that, and then I just decided to focus on my breath and move away from the tree. So I moved that away, focused in on my breath, and I said the mantra Sat Nam, which I believe means the truth within, or something along those lines. And I just focused on my breathing, and after a while I get to this point where I'm sort of focused up and in and on my third eye, and then I'll just get a vision or something come to me, and while I was focusing on my breath, I suddenly felt like I had roots. I was sitting upright with my legs crossed, and I felt roots just growing out of my legs, out of my butt, and just literally, it felt like I was so rooted into the earth, like I had the roots of the tree, and I was rooting down into the earth, and I felt like I was the tree. And then, like, a few minutes later, after that feeling kind of subsided a little bit, like I was still definitely rooted, but I kind of got used to that, and I felt my heart filling up, and then I felt a connection in my hands to the tree, like as if the tree has hands and it was holding my hands. It felt like this tree was like I had energy coming out my fingertips, and it was connected to the energy of the tree. And just as I connected my fingers and thumbs and just appreciated that, I had this vision of the willow tree, and it was massive, gorgeous, beautiful willow tree in a garden. And I believe it's the garden where I'm going to be living with my boyfriend when he buys somewhere. And it was, I don't really know if that was where it was, but that's what it felt like. It felt like it was mine and my boyfriend's garden, but it wasn't where we live now. And this tree was like to one side in the garden down the end, and it was just beautiful. And I was standing underneath it, and you know how it all flows down, and it was all in front of me, and I was like intertwining with this tree, and it basically, I had this knowing, and the tree was telling me it loves me, and it appreciates me, and it's grateful, and thank you for saving it. And it was just the most beautiful tree I've ever seen, and I felt so good after. And then the vision started going, and like I felt like I was more within the room rather than a tree, like I didn't have the roots anymore. And I came back round, and just as I started coming back round, my alarm went off. I'd set my alarm for 20 minutes, and I have a really nice like song that comes on, like that sort of ascends, so it's not like in your face, it's like a nice song that comes on. And my alarm went off just as I had come out of this vision, and it was just perfect synchronicity, and I just felt so amazing. So okay, how I did this is I wrote down my intentions, I thought of my intentions, I called upon everything to show me. And whenever I started doubting that the things, like I would start seeing something, but then I would doubt what I'm seeing is a vision. I would think it's just my mind making it up. But every time I doubted, I would just focus back on my breath. And every time I focused back on my breath, this whole experience would deepen. And really, it's just being completely open and having no expectation, and just trusting that what you're experiencing is real and it is part of it. It's not just your ego mind. Unless you know it's your ego mind, just trust. And when you're in that higher space, every time your ego mind comes in and tries to make you doubt, you can quite easily say, no, I'm going to refocus. You don't have to judge that ego at all. You can just refocus on your breath. And as soon as you bring your focus and attention back to your breath, you'll find that the experience will start expanding and getting even more. And then you can allow for the visions to come. So it's really just about having the intention, asking the questions, and trusting that what the things you're receiving is from a higher space, and allowing and flowing and just being and having focus. So that's how I get visions, and hopefully that will help you. I'm going to go now. This is the last clip I'm going to do, I think. But I've really enjoyed sharing these things with you today, and I just honestly, truly from my heart love you all, and and I genuinely wish you all the joy and love in your life that you deserve. Thank you for watching. Have a healthy day. Namaste.